Michael gets hitched to Chloe.
If at first you don't succeed, try again is the old adage.
Well, in this situation, as it relates to the ceremony, it worked out, but now we shall see.
Welcome to Cliff Alerts. Today we're going to be talking about Lifetime Network's reality-based TV series, Married at First Sight, season number 17, episode number 14.
But before we get into it, please like, share, and subscribe. Please send us your comments and give us a like. And we thank you and appreciate you. Michael arriving at the venue, and of course, he's nervous.
Yeah, he's speculating about the moment he will actually get a chance to see his new bride in the form of Chloe, and hopefully she feels the same way about him as he feels about her.
And she arrives as well and immediately is met by her friends. I believe it was Amanda.
Brandy and Jody.
Yes. And they had some champagne, and she's talking about, the adventure she expects. She wants him to like her immediately.
And meanwhile, on the other side, Michael gets a chance to chop it up with his buddies, Edgar, Danny, and Eric, and they actually toast to Michael for having the guts to be able to go through this whole process again.
I don't think there's a whole lot of guys who will do that, but hey, here it is. There's a production to be made and some checks to be cleared. He gets dressed and he got on a pink suit.
Yeah, what I call a clay-colored pink suit that, from my vantage point, did not show well at all, but it fits into what uh, his kind of different narrative that he projects comes across to not only everybody who knows him, but even those of us who don't know him but are viewing him.
His aesthetic. He liked to be extra, extra and different. The suit looked good on him, but it just seemed a little weird for a wedding.
I'm not going to be in agreement with you on that. I don't think the suit looked good at all. I think he had on what would look like to me tube socks. I'm not going in hard on the brother. I'm just telling you what it looked like to me because I would not have chosen white socks to wear with that tuxedo and the shoes.
Dixie didn't have on a crown and a sword. She received a gift from Michael, and when she opened the card, it said, "Dear wife," and it started to become real to her what she was getting ready to do. It was a necklace with a diamond on it.
We also gave Michael a new gift, and it was cufflinks that he chose to wear to the ceremony.
Her mom came through, and evidently, her parents have been married for a long time. And she said her mom was having some health issues, so she was happy that she was able to attend. One thing I thought was funny is Michael said he's gonna judge if the Chloe was gonna be a runner. If when he saw the wedding party, the look on their face, if they had a look of concern, he wouldn't know. She gone.
Michael was acutely attuned to everybody else in the room and trying to read the room before Chloe arrived because, like I said, he'd been through this one time already, and he would just want to get a get a flavor for or feel for what's going on before it actually goes down.
Once they locked eyes, she said hello.
Michael was very pleased by what he
I
saw.
think she was pleased as well.
Maybe to me, slightly to a lesser degree, but yes, at
Well,
least to me.
they exchanged vows and they were married and everyone was happy for them and they went into a private area where they can talk.
Michael revealed to Chloe a little bit of the details surrounding, what happened right there at the altar in their first meeting, and I thought it was really a mature thing and very candid thing for him to reveal right there and kind of get that out of the way. And to me, it spoke to, what kind of man Michael is, and I thought that he handled it beautifully.
Chloe seemed to be sympathetic to what he was saying. She did mention that she wondered why the experts didn't choose her in the beginning.
I don't know
And I'm
why
not sure
why
why
she
that came up.
yeah, I don't know why she would question that part of it. I mean, that's not really
That's
anything that
neither here nor there.
yeah, anything that she would have any control over, but
Right.
whatever the case may be.
He took her outside to meet the couples. They were introducing themselves, and Claire
Spoke up first.
And Claire said, "Hey, I'm Claire, and my husband is not here at the moment." And I'm thinking, what? The man who told her he wants a divorce, and she who really don't want him?
Yeah, there's a word that they have for people who do that. It's called posturing. Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Anywho, the group welcomed her into the fold.
Yeah, and one of the things that kind of caught me off guard was Orion's presence.
You were quite glad that he was at the wedding.
I was, and the reason why was because he and Lauren are divorced. I was quite frankly surprised that she was there as well.
I was expecting them to show up because Lifetime is doing a production and they need people on the ground, if you know what I'm saying. But Orion did say in his confessional he was a little anxious
Nervous.
about meeting Lauren again because the last time they encountered each other, Lauren told him that he was a gaslighter and he did not appreciate that. So he wanted to know what was going on because I guess a period of time had passed since they were in each other's company.
Yeah, that's the on-camera explanation about what he was nervous about. He was probably concerned about him being clotheslined by her.
He probably felt uncomfortable because that guilt was kicking in.
Oh, that too.
Once Michael and Chloe sat down, they started hitting the glasses,
Yeah,
indicating that they should kiss.
they are attracted to each other.
All right. You never know. I'm sort of hesitant because, one minute somebody's hot, next minute they're
Who
cold,
you telling?
next minute they're frigid. Cut to Orion and Lauren, and they're sitting next to each other and eating.
Surprised because they didn't sit next to each other at the ceremony.
And the first thing Orion asks is, he's happy to see her and if she has anything more to discuss with him.
I don't know what the hell he expected her to say.
I was, dude, come on, eat your salads. Just keep it moving.
Yeah, we don't need all this small talk.
And then they brought up this full conversation. She said that she should not have shouted at him. He said that when he was a child, women shouting was not his thing, so that triggered him. They both were talking about something that wasn't the core reason why they fell out.
Yeah,
And I just thought it was not authentic at all.
especially from Orion's end, since he was the one who seemingly was harboring
He
stuff
was
and
unforgiving.
used that
Exactly.
as the foundation and basis for his decision to divorce her.
She said she didn't have any animosity towards him,
Right.
and he said he wishes her well.
Right, and Lauren did say that part of the reason why she felt that they fell out was because they were being defensive.
He asked her for a hug, and it was phony to me. She gave him a hug, and the hug sort of stayed a little bit too long.
And then he offers his phony line like, I'm glad
You're
she's doing
doing
okay,
well.
or you're doing okay."
Yeah.
Like, okay, I mean, what is that supposed to mean to us as viewers?
They were being disingenuous to each other. I tuned out after that. It seemed so phony and fake to me.
Yeah, then Chloe gets a chance to talk to the women cast members.
Chloe said that, although she's starting late, she's going to lean into whatever it brings. And I think everyone was trying to tell her that Michael is a good man. And they did bring up the situation about the runaway bride.
Yeah, and y'all know who spoke up first, don't you? That would be Claire.
What was that Max again?
If you give out good energy, then you'll certainly give it back. Does that advice apply to you, Miss Therapist?
And she got lost in the sauce and she forgot that we have already seen what she's capable of. But she still decided that she's going to render some advice. And hey, let her do what she do.
And if that weren't enough, y'all, okay, guess who ends up giving advice on the guy's side? That would be Mr. Divorce is not an option, aka Brennan.
Couldn't stop laughing.
I guess not, because you couldn't take him seriously, and I damn sure didn't.
What did Brother Brennan say?
He said that. What did he say? He said that matching you and Chloe
The
together.
experts matched them together.
Right, and he said that the experts who matched you and Chloe together was not about the big obstacle.
Little obstacles, you're able to work through them to get on the other side.
Excuse me. What is it substantive that you have to offer him in the way of advice? That would be nothing because you haven't done what you said you was going. You haven't done that for yourself first.
The liquor was flowing.
Then we go back to Claire, and Claire has some more advice to say. Encourages Chloe to make sure that you guys are on each other's team.
She's so performative that she said, "Oh, she's missing Cameron." So she goes and calls him. And she left a message because he didn't pick up. And why would he?
Emma knew what time it was.
And then she tried to mama guy us. She comes with that the experts did bring us together. And what happened was that they brought us together so we can have a great friendship.
The matchmakers and the experts matched them up and brought and held a formal ceremony to
For them
announce
to
their
be
friendship.
He told her mom and the friends that what happened with the runaway bride, as
Yeah.
well as he was asked by
Was it Amanda?
Amanda, I believe.
Mhm.
I'm not sure
It was either
whether
Amanda or
he
Brandy, right? It
whether
wasn't
he
Jody.
whether he wants children. But he said if she wants to have children, fine, but we can adopt.
Oh, and
And they were grateful to hear that response because they know she did not want to have children. She too wanted to adopt.
both of them already have kids in the form of their pets.
Got a lot of animals, so
So
it looks like they're
bringing
gonna
that all together, might be of a zoo of an experience, but I'm sure they'll manage it.
the entertainment dancing portion of the wedding reception is on. And Emily is having a conversation with Brennan. And Emily is turned up. Emily is bent.
Hold up.
So get that glass. And
You know,
she wants a heavy pour, not some lightweight stuff.
she said, "Stop playing, bartender. Don't play with me like that. You don't know who you're dealing with."
She and Brennan are having a conversation, and
A nonsensical
she
conversation,
asks
my bad.
Brennan does he feel being back at the place where they were married. And I'm thinking she's expecting a different response. He said, "Well, I've gone to wedding locations over and over and over again, but that ain't nothing. We just here to support our friends." And I don't think that's the response she actually wanted.
But instead, he gave her a BS casual line because I guess he was afraid of saying something stupid on camera.
So she's listening to him and she mutters something in the confessional how she knows how she knows for a fact that they had chemistry on their honeymoon. So the conversation goes on, and what did she ask him?
What he said was, I hope that they can take, their sentiments and their feelings now, and it goes through to their honeymoon and throughout. He was excited for their honeymoon. That's a strange thing to say if you're asking me.
He's disconnected. This dude is numb. He
Yeah,
thinks about other people rather than what's going on at his house.
yeah, because it deflects away from the tension that the people can
Dude is
put
nuts.
put on himself. Emily came with the commentary on the side, underneath her breath. Yeah, and that's when things go downhill, ain't it?
Well, she was referencing her own stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So Emily asked him to dance, and he said no. So she started dancing.
Yeah,
I
she was
think
that
a
girl.
dude saw her, and he started dancing with her. And a glass broke, but the way they filmed it and cut it, they implied that her glass dropped, but that wasn't the case.
Nope.
Hers were firmly stuck to her.
She had a death grip on it. I promise you, she wasn't gonna drop that glass of Merlot or whatever she had.
The girl had the skill set.
Oh, she had a death grip on it.
And Brennan said under his breath, "This is where I head out." And I'm
Yeah.
wondering, is he gonna leave her there? What head out to where? Where your wife at? Dude, go get your woman. What's going on here? Michael and Chloe, time for the festivities to be over. Michael and Chloe left. Next thing we see is him carrying her over the threshold.
She gets out of the dress. He helps her out of that, and she changes into a robe, and she comes back, and they were, I guess, worn out from the day's
Yeah,
events,
probably
and
was
that's
a lot.
oh, it definitely was a lot, and I think again, I think that both of them, but in particular, Michael handled it extremely well.
He sure did. He
I
did.
mean, I got to give that brother pound kudos for for all that he did and the way that he came off and represented himself.